What's going on, guys? It's LadyB. Today we've got another breakdown video, and we're going to be breaking down a DragBat raid from Renan of INTZ. Now, I thought Renan's use of dragons was an excellent choice on this one because they are a tanky unit and they can really take on the dispersed weight of heavy DPS, which we actually see spread out around the core in this with the Eagle, the scatter shots, and the Town Hall. But the key to any drag raid is pathing, and with that you need a proper funnel, which we get to see here with the king weaving in and out of these open walls, the queen coming in for support to help with the 6 o'clock corner, and equally we get the royal champ coming in from the opposite side with no tank, and she does incredible value taking on that 3 o'clock quadrant here. And that's all to line up the pathing that these dragons need to spread out their weight and fan out without drawing too much out of line of the initial path zone. So we see the dragon set for the funnel here, the bookend dragons that allow the pathing to move in towards a town hall, the line of loons coming in for that defensive front line before dropping in the dragons. But what I love is the use of the Stone Slammer to tank for the AD that the queen was not able to take down, and the use of the early warden ability here, which actually keeps these dragons and the loons pathing through the continuous heavy splash damage and DPS coming into the core. Very critical to ensure that you have healthy dragons coming through, even though they can take on the impact of that town hall here. Now we see the hound is lured up to the top of the base with an archer. Very smart move there, so the dragons are not distracted while they're taking on heat, so it leaves it up to the very end. And while the dragons move in, we see the delay on the bats here, and that's to ensure that the queen and the RC were initially taken care of, but it also allows the dragons some time to work around through and take on actually all the remaining splash damage, which was just 2 wizard towers. So the bats make easy work coming through as a supportive unit, but you can see he absolutely smashed through with the power of these drags, and that is the full force that we get to see in effect of what these dragons can do. Now, one of the things I actually wanted to point out very specifically was a little tip and trick here, and that's actually how to use a funnel for a hero without actually having a funnel. And this is something that Renan does really well on this one. And let's just take a quick look. We'll pop it on play, and you can see he drops his king here. We're going to watch exactly the placement here on the gold mine. But look at the position of it. Drops it right on the 6 o'clock corner, that south corner of the gold mine here, which is going to allow that push heading straight down into the elixir pump. So rather than if you were to drop it ever so slightly above in the middle of that gold mine, inching up towards the archer tower and builder hut, we could see the possibility of him moving up. So that was a very smart position, and that allows the king to funnel himself down for the value coming in and out of the base, and that was needed, and that was really key in getting that early value for the drag push. Let me know what you thought of this raid in the comments below. If you want to watch the incredible war that you can see here, this was from the LiC Finals. This was the actual first match that happened. We have the video out previously of the second round of matches, but it was a win overall for Queen Walkers in this best of 2. So incredible hits to come. Stay tuned if you missed the live one. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch if you want to watch the live wars, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And we're going to do our quick shout outs. I got to give a shout out in the last video to the first person who commented, which was Smart Simbu, but I got to give a default one to Phil Wright, who was actually the first one to write first in chat. So while he wasn't first, he gets a consolation prize here. So Phil Wright, thanks for tuning in. And we're going to have some incredible stuff to come. More breakdowns, more analysis to come. We're going to have the qualifiers coming up this weekend as well. So get hyped. And we just came off the ESL play, those pre-qualifiers that are going to lead into the September Wars. So we're going to have a lot of content to come, a lot of amazing hits. I'm excited. I hope you are too. So stay tuned as we head into the first round match, INTZ versus Queen Walkers. So we've got INTZ coming in, drawing first blood here, and it's Renan coming through and bringing in the very first air attack. Now they're going to have to pick up. They're going to have to put in 3 air attacks. This is going to be one of the 3 that are required here coming in with the DragBat. Hi, Mosir. How are you? Mosir, who are you rooting for? I think I know. I think I know. You guys can call me B. That's what you can call me, B. So we've got the funnel set here. Little Suey action. King helping move along with his queen. We still have the RC. Now I'm curious to see if he's going to delay the RC or help set the funnel here. With the RC, you can actually delay her, bring her in with the bats, do some tanking, and it can create a nice funnel. But no, he's setting the RC up a little bit earlier here. See if this queen actually steps inside to take on the AD. Oh no, it's not going to happen. Hound was lured. The Hound was lured. Queen's going to die out here, so that AD does not go down on that corner. It's not too far off the sides. Ooh, but we've got some headhunters coming through. Headhunters getting pulled all the way to the top side of the base just to give the dragons a little bit of time to start the raid going. Now they'll make easy work getting through the headhunters, hopefully without too much damage to them. Being a Brazilian that doesn't really like Brazil should put you on the, really? On the Queen Walkers team, but man, INTZ is just so good. Okay, so dragons rolling through. Get past those headhunters relatively quick. We've got a couple of dragons working along the outside edge here, and despite that RC funnel, we see a little bit of pull, but it's not actually a bad thing because you have plenty of dragons actually working in the core here, and having that extra cleanup is perfect. And look, they're almost nearly through this base, and we still have the bats to go. Bats aren't going to have too much to contend with as far as splash goes. Scatter shots are down. We've got the drags tanking for the first, so these 2 freezes could potentially be used for the back end wizard tower if we don't even see, like, if that's even still up here. We've got the loons coming through, the drags coming through that 12 o'clock wizard tower. So just freezing up those Teslas along the way to give the bats more momentum and speed. And Renan absolutely crushing this base. Coming down, dropping the fire from the sky. These dragons just soaring through. And even with that queen not picking up the AD, not picking up that value, it was a nice early easy push getting into it that didn't pose too much threat. Incredible work here. Tribe Gaming is good. They are, and they've made it into the top 4 through CWL. So exciting stuff for them, because that means that would be for the not August, September qualifiers. We'll see them moving forward. What's going on, Israel? How are you? Bats versus pups, epic battle. Nice easy work. Nice easy work for them. It seemed. So let's see if we have a second to actually take a quick look through this raid. We'll 2 times speed it. Palia, thank you for the follow. What's the first place prize? What is the prize? What is the prize? Because we don't have a prize thing. Hi, soulmate. I'm doing well. How are you? So the best thing that this king has done is really section this off. The king did a lot of work, weaving in and out of this base, actually lining up the pathing to keep it moving through in towards that eagle. That was an epic push for him there. $100 for the MVP, $300 for the winner to be split. Let's take a look. Akira looking to get a little bit of revenge here with his base getting taken down so easily. Let's see if he can do the same to take down Marinol. And bringing in the hybrid. We've got the queen charge to line things up here. Wall breaks open that first layer to get the queen access into the town hall. But let's see which direction she actually pulls, if she's going to work her way back towards the 6 o'clock side of the base, or if she's going to hook back up on the top side. Is king likely reserved to help with the funnel for the hybrid? Queen does turn back around. We've got the Hound to contend with. I like the use of the archers to help pick up some early funnel value and also take down some of those structures that could cause potential time fail. Could waste a lot of time if you leave those structures up. So while the Queen's doing work, very easy to take on that early percentage. Am I going to remove the chroma key soon? I have to decide how I want to use it. We'll be setting up some different types of streams, I think, so I can have the background sometimes. Beautiful push in for this Queen. Getting the access needed to take on the Town Hall. Now we do have 2 more wall breaks to get this Queen a little bit deeper into the base. Likely coming in to work towards that single IT and push in to get the scatter shot down. This is going to be a nice push and hook right inside the base to clear up this funneling and pathing. So we still have the King. Looks like he's going to delay the King ever so slightly. Siege Barracks goes down first, which I'm surprised because that means the Peck actually takes a beating here. But we have the King working along the outside edge. Nothing really to tank for these Wizards, unfortunately, unless the Hogs and Miners take the lead here. Ooh, Queen's going for a walk, but she should come back around, come inside the base to take on the scatter shot. Best thing that she's doing right now is actually taking on the heat from it, but we're going to have to see her force this ability to keep alive. Ooh, ability goes off. Queen turns around. I don't know if she's going to... Oh, she doesn't go inside this base. So we're going to have to see that push coming through from the hybrid portion. But with the Queen working around the outside, we actually do get to see her taking on additional cleanup, which is needed. 32 seconds left to go. But the problem is what that scatter shot is doing. Nicely placed heal, gets everything safely through. RC comes in, still holding on to that ability. 21 seconds remain. Time is going to be the biggest problem here, especially with that storage up top. It really is a good thing that Queen took a hook, but he's got enough time to get this done, even though the storage is one of the last things remaining. RC and the Wizards coming through are enough to get it done. So Akira not letting his team down and getting this tied up right off the bat on Stars, picking up that trip. A 1-minute hybrid. I know it's not something that you normally see. It was quite a lengthy Queen charge there. Ooh, yeah, I think it actually worked out much better to see that Queen take that turn outside the base and take care of some of the cleanup, because if she had not, the intention obviously was to get her in to take on the scatter shot. If she had not taken that hook around, we would have likely have seen a time fail on that one. Okay, we've got Bernal coming through. And like I said, with those archers that he had dropped early on, that was key to ensure that with such a lengthy Queen charge, that he would be able to have the time to get that done. So we've got Bernal. Bernal hanging on to the #1 spot for MVP. A lot on the line for him right now. There's a $100 prize for MVP. Will Bernal continue to hold strong in that position? A 2-star could knock him out of it. So coming in with a Queen charge, Hog here, no hybrid. No hybrid on this one. No headhunters either. We've got the first layer wall break of potentially 3. Triple layer wall break coming through. And that could supply the Queen access. Let's see if she's going to work her way back outside towards the Town Hall. There's a lot of open walls here. I see the Quake, so I assume the Hogs are going to come in for the Town Hall side, the Quake to activate. Yeah, Queen's going to push deeper into the base, heading to the scatter shot and just narrowing out the pathing here. And actually coming up, once she gets into that scatter shot position, like that 9 o'clock chamber, she has access to the Queen. These freezers are going to have to be used to hold off the single ITs to give that Queen the push needed. Very patient here so far, but we are going to have to see this funnel set up. We've got the King and the Siege Barracks lining that up. Quake's going to activate the Town Hall to give what's needed for the Hogs to take it down. We'll see an early Warden ability, but that's actually a perfect position here because you see the alignment of the Town Hall, of the Scattershot, and of the Eagle. So once that ability goes off, it keeps everything safely through all three of those major components that are raining down all at once. A heal coming over definitely needed to spare them. Actually, the freeze is just enough to get that done so he can save the heal coming right out of that eagle. Unfortunately, the queen dies out, doesn't get to that back end scatter shot. We still have the enemy queen up, but we do have the RC right behind. I would have loved to have seen a headhunter here, but the RC with the freeze is just enough to get this done. The only problem is that back end scatter shot that the queen didn't take out, and that freeze used for the enemy queen could have easily been used here to hold off that scatter shot and give just a little bit more room for breathing. So a couple of things really could make a difference on this one. RC's taking on a lot of heat and getting hung up here. Look at this tornado trap sucking her back around and away from the scatter shot. Healer's still holding this on strong, but the bigger problem is going to be time here. Oh, the warden not going to have enough to get that single IT down, is he? No, not enough there. And Bernal just ever so slightly losing grip of that MVP spot, but we still have to see how Gaku does. How is it Yuta or Klaus? And then Marinol. This potentially could give Marinol the opportunity to move back up into it. He missed the freeze to save the queen. Yeah, that's not a 3. That was a tough one. Yeah, losing the queen, unfortunately, cost that raid. So Yuta holding a strong defense on that one. Let's take a quick look. See where that went wrong. Otherwise, a beautiful plan. Just a lot of work for that queen to try and get into. Queen should have cleaned up the entire right side. Oh, of course, she should have cleaned up that entire right side. Well, let's see what happened to this poor queen. Oh, we won't have time. We can try and take a look at the tail end. See what could have potentially have been fixed on that one. But we got Stadra coming through. Missed the super wall breaker on that one. Okay, Klaus. So Stadra bringing in the ground. We are seeing a lot of ground right now. There's only been one air attack so far to come through between both sides. So we're going to see a lot of air at the tail end of this. So easy access for the queen to move in. We still have another super wall breaker to push her in just a little bit deeper, which would take on the eagle and knock off a nice portion of the space. One thing I will say we have not seen yet is we have not seen any zap quakes. Queen Walker is defending a queen walk. So King lining up his pathing now. And this is something we don't often see. We don't often see a queen charge leading in, but because the queen's taking on a lot of heat here, much better to get that done. Now we don't get the wall break. Oh, we do get the wall break on the opposite side here. The jump leading in towards that eagle. This is shaped up really nicely. Actually have an open connection on the wall here. Really smart access point because for the most part, nothing can really wander too far. Everything works perfectly through into this base. Not a lot lost coming through. Oh snap, we've got some Valks coming out of the siege barracks to do the work on the outside and work along with the RC. Absolutely love this. Stadra bringing something a little different to the table here. Still has to contend with the Inferno drag that comes out of the CC on that back end, but a freeze, a poison, and the RC coming through is enough to help take that down. Queen's just got to work through this multi. There's not a lot to worry about on the back end, and we still have a headhunter. Headhunter likely brought in to potentially help with any hero issues on that back end, especially with the queen, who is there for the very tail end of this raid. But with what Stadra has left over here, it was not needed, so that headhunter can come through and help with some of the cleanup once there's a little tank moving along. We aren't going to see the RC last too much longer here, but she's done a ton of phenomenal work, including taking down that CC, which was along the outside edge. 28 seconds left with the Yeti Wizard on the top side of the base to take on the storages and the remaining structures on the outside edge. We are seeing another triple coming through for Queen Walkers, which means they're going to take the lead here by a star. No time fail. No time fail whatsoever. 11 seconds to spare on that one. Zap Quakes are for noobs. Oh, cheat 'em. Oh, cheat 'em. That's not true. That is not true. Didn't you? Isn't that your attack? Isn't that your signature attack? Was a Zap Quake Drag Loon? Cheat 'em. Come on now. Do you feel proud to actually see that come back around to Town Hall 13? Is that the Cheatham? Yes, it is the Cheatham. The queen should clean up the. Oh, I think I just scrolled way too far back. I think I scrolled way too far back there. Stouger's a beast. Absolute beast on that one. So we've got air moving through. And air coming in. Not using air. The only air we're going to see from air is this Yeti Blimp. Yeti Blimp comes down. I suspect some sneaky goblins in there. With this quick... No, just the rage. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. That's a CC goblin coming out. So eliminates the town hall. Eliminates a huge portion of this side of the base. And we're going to see some queen charge. Hog action. So this gives the queen some nice pathing to work around. I like that the queen's taking on the multi. A little bit less risk for the hogs with her taking that down. King's going to help work this through. Double air wall break will give the queen access into that multi-chamber and can push a little bit deeper in so she can help take on either deeper into the core of the base or help take on the scatter shot. But either way, she's got full access to move in and take that on. The scatter shot and the single IT. She'll take on the RC as well. We do have a headhunter, which is going to help with the enemy queen. Going to definitely be necessary on this one. Hi, difficult finding a username. How are you? Did you see that you guys gifted a sub? Air never uses air. I think his name is just ironic. I don't know. Beautiful queen charge through here. You can see the access that the queen gets. Freezes up the single IT. Let's see if the queen, yep, takes the bait, turns around. Oh, look at this. I love this. She's going to take on the eagle. I don't know if she's going to, he's got one more freeze to take down that single. One more freeze to go. Holds off the king in it too. Oh, love it. Love it. Queen's got enough time. No, she's too busy taking on the king, so she won't take down the single, but she's done plenty of work. Beautiful job from the queen. Easy pathing through for the hogs. Love the shape up of this. That headhunter to help take down the queen with the RC assist coming through. So some nice work on that one. Easy path through for these hogs. With the queen down, it leaves the last rage to come through, which actually gives a nice push on the tail end of this raid as they get through the last remaining defenses here. Rage and a heal all through. Wow. So Hog's going to split here. RC still has the ability. Biggest problem here for air right now is the time factor. 26 seconds remaining. We're seeing these Hogs fizzle out. Ooh, and a giant bomb limits them, but the RC comes in with the Seeking Shield. Knocks that out, but there's not enough time for the cleanup here, despite this nice spread. Far too much left over on the base. And this is why we see a lot of hybrid. With a hybrid, we would have seen this cleaned up along the way already. And ultimately, this lands in a time fail. This is unfortunate. A couple of miners mixed in there could have made a big difference along the way. Yeah, that was chaos. Chaos went on a gifting spree right at the start. Right at the start of the stream. So... INTZ getting held off by Queen Walker's bases, and I'm not surprised by this. I am definitely not surprised by this because Queen Walkers, when they know they've got a big match on the line, we see the incredible base building come out. INTZ are great, but they always choke on the biggest stage? No. Don't forget that they took down ATN in that perfect ward to get here. They did take down ATN on that perfect ward to get here. I'm doing well. Difficult finding a username. How are you? Okay, we got Klaus coming through. Now, Klaus won. Klaus is just one of the people, I think, in contention for this MVP spot. I'm actually going to make this a little bit smaller. See if we can... a second. Klaus bringing in. There we go. Air. Zapquake. For the noobs. Oh, I love, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at that value. Goodness gracious. Selenio. Oh, let's see what he was thinking about this base building because that is massive value. He just Zapquake down the Eagle and the scatter shots all in one go. Picked up massive value on that one. Holy Zapquake. And he brought, you can see, he brought in a lot to spread that out. Huge investment. Absolutely massive investment on this one. One freeze remains. This is going to be an air raid, essentially with no spells for the Lalo. This is very similar to what we see with the TDH. TDH raid relies heavily on a queen charge where you use all your spells for that portion of the raid and the Lalo essentially comes through and does the remainder of the work, just does that cleanup here, or the Lalunian. So we've got the minions down for the cleanup, not being targeted by any air defenses. I like the push through of the loons, nice handling of the CC. Now we will have the blimp that's going to come through to take on the town hall since it's this ring style base right in the core. You're glad your lightning is going to be maxed in 3 days? Yeah, this is an epic showing here. Blimp sails across that warden ability. Not even needed to be used here, but freezes it up to get the access coming in. Just enough to get that town hall down. We'll see it fizzle out. But we have the support of the remaining loons. And holding on this warden ability as long as possible because he knows he needs it for the back end since there's no spells here. We've got the headhunters. Just in case there were still heroes up, we do have the king up, but nothing to tank. So once the loons move in, those headhunters can come in and help with the cleanup here. 41 seconds left to go. Loons still going strong. Splash damage is about the only worry here from the wizard tower, but we've got the RC down. So that's a good position that RC is down for the count. But again, is that wizard tower... That was the one worrisome component here. Can the warden get it done? He's taken on a lot of heat from the Expo. Gets the wizard tower down, but he's going to get knocked down by the Expo. Oh, snap. Doesn't get knocked down by the Expo. We've got the minions and pups taking on the king. Is there going to be enough time? Storage is almost down. It's that queen podium. That's the last thing remaining. King's down. And we are going to see the trip. With an incredible showing from Klaus picking up that triple, I gotta say, this is probably gonna be the MVP attack. Holy jeez. I'm like speechless. 8 lightning spells. 3 quakes to get this done. Phenomenal value within that. Came down to the wire. It was very close, but it was well worth the investment. So we have Queen Walkers that are not messing around and definitely coming in with some surprising strategies here. I think that's the first we've seen of the likes of something like that, and I hope we get to see more. So we've got Selenio looking to take down Stadra. I know INTZ is happy that this is going to be a best of 2 match, but with the star lead right now that we're seeing from Queen Walkers, is it even going to be possible to recover from? You prove from one noob to another, Cheatham. So Seleno bringing in the Zapquake as well. Not to be outdone here, saying I could pick up some value too. But he's going to be using some spells along with this. He doesn't go in for that full investment there. Knocks out the CC. We do have a little bit of damage to the scatter shot with the spread from the Quake. Now, when you're doing these, the one thing you do have to be very mindful of is the position of the Town Hall that your Quakes don't activate it. More times than not, you don't want to activate that Town Hall too early, depending on the value you're looking to pick up here. Beautiful entry for the Sui to actually pick up both scatter shots here. RC has just enough juice to get that done. QueeN takes out the other one. So the only big factor for this Lalo to take on is the Eagle and the enemy heroes. That enemy Queen's up, but we have the Headhunter for it. The Blimp's going to take on the Town Hall, so that value is just negated right there. See that Town Hall go down. So opens up the Sneaky Goblins. We've got the Yeti in there to pick up some nice value from the outlying defenses. Beautiful pushing with that Blimp, but it's this Lalo. I love the ability here. Position of it, gets Loon safely through the Eagle and the enemy Queen. And we saw that Headhunter come through, knock her out quickly, but we had the assist of the Pups as well to help take that on. Look at the spread on the Pups, taking care of the cleanup already, especially in a position where we only have a lot of ground targeting defenses. I mean, they were quite out of range of the Teslas. Loons come through, take on the remainder of those air targeting defenses, but this was a great push and an early cleanup start for those Pups. Phenomenal air attack coming through from Seleno, and definitely getting that fight back in them to try and turn things back around and at least not be too far down on the count on stars. I mean, that's the one thing. Even with INTZ, like not necessarily picking up some of the trips, we've seen some phenomenal hits coming through. OP Lalo, smash a base, yeah. I mean, we've seen two incredible back-to-back Lalos here from INTZ and from Queen Walkers. This is probably one of the most incredible matches I've seen so far. King of Crowns, thank you for the follow. Did you like that one, Shine? Just a little bit. What's going on, Guinho? How are you? He just made that look too easy. I know. It's like, yeah, I'll Zapquake here. You know, I'll pick up a massive Sui entry, take down a couple of scatters. just rock it right through. But it was really, you know, again, it was really smart, the entry point of that. The value that he picked off with a Sui. Just absolutely powerful here. You took on this entire section here, taking down both scatters. Obviously, the Zapquake helping to core this out, so that when you brought the Loons in, you see the position of the Queen, of the Eagle, that the Warden ability, because it's used here, because it's not needed for the Town Hall since the Blimp comes in, Warden ability gets everything safely through that point. So those last remaining key components that you're worried about are essentially getting bypassed easily through from the Warden. Okay, we've got Gaku bringing it in. A little more air. I kind of love that we're getting to see all these air attacks at the tail end. Bringing in a Queen charge. Lalo. No Zapquake on this. This is going to be a full-on Queen charge push. RC helping to take on that single IT chamber there. To see her force that ability freezes up the single to give her what she needs to take that down, but gets knocked out by the scatter shot and doesn't get the value intended. So this is a bit problematic for the Queen, because we're going to see her essentially get targeted by this, and it only has just like a little bump that it needs. So when the Queen lines up for the scatter shot, I wonder if we'll see a couple of Loons drop. Wall breaks open this chamber to give the Queen access, actually. Let's see if she turns around to go for it. Still has the ability, might need to force it. Opening up the chambers to give the Queen what she needs. So she moves to the Town Hall, gets the single down, freezes that up. We still have more freezes, so she's in good shape here. There we go. That a girl. Getting that down, heading to the Town Hall. Needs to force that ability to keep her alive. And we'll see if she rages up. But with that down and set, the queen's picked up the value needed, and we can get the Lalo moving along. Queen's going to work her way down to the backside of the base, helping continue the pathing for the loons. Stone Slammer cutting in from the side, which serves as a great tank here for that scatter shot. Ooh, that freeze misses, gets the AD, but does not get the scatter shot in. So the Stone Slammer unfortunately opens up. Thank you for the follow. Warden still has his ability. Got through that fairly unscathed, considering. Warden ability needs to come off coming through this back end because we have the 2 wizard towers. It's a lot of splash damage to worry about. But look at this nasty spread here. They do turn back around. Still holding off, but that last, second to last freeze helps to continue hold this off. Oh, Gaku claiming that MVP slot now. He was in number 2, just under Bernal, but with the slip up from Bernal, we've got Gaku taking the lead on this one. 29 seconds left to go. It's all down to the cleanup here, and all right in one consolidated section. So Gaku picking up the 3-star. They're going for a perfect war here against INTZ. Yeah, max spectators. You have, I mean, about 15 of these people are actually streamers. Oh, Gaku holding on to that MVP spot now. Let's see if we can pop up the... There we go. Oh, yeah. Riven, what's going on? Coming in with that resub. Withrow, what's going on? Double resubs. Thank you so much. So Bernal was holding that number 1 spot for MVP. MVP is going to win $100. Gaku just claims that. Takes advantage of Bernal's 2-star here, but we'll see because there's still another match to go. We've got Marinol coming through. Marinol bringing in the Lalo. Hi, Gonzaga. Oh, yeah. Bernardo pick. So that's something you never expected would happen? A Bernal pick in my stream? Why not? I hope he didn't shave his mustache. That could be why. I wonder if something... Did he trim the mustache? And that's why he had the 2-star today? I don't know. Thank you so much for the resub, guys. So bringing in the Sui Lalo here. RC picking up some decent value. Doesn't quite get that expo down. We've got the queen working her way in to help section this off just a little bit more. This is going to be quite a push coming through. We'll have the blimp sailing across, cutting to that town hall portion of the base. I like this. Look how far over from that 3 o'clock side he offset those loons to help navigate inside the core and get that push back up and in, ideally heading up towards the wizard tower chamber and up towards the expos. It doesn't quite go that way. We don't see the split. I have to see a big push coming around and heading up into that eagle. Warden ability keeps everything safely through the impact of the town hall. We have massive amount of loons, but we have the E-Drag to take on the RC right there in the core. Enemy queen still up, but the E-Drag and the pups. Ooh, look at that lightning chain coming through, wrecking right across the base. But the loons don't stand a chance here. And this is going to be a big, big defense for Klaus. What's going on, Johan? How are you? Hi, Ethanators. Good to see you. Another big defense. Ideally, those offset loons could have worked their way in towards the eagle side of the base. That would have been a big impact. So Marinol getting held back by Klaus. And Marinol has had a perfect hit rate in this. Now, he didn't participate in all the wars, which is why he didn't have that number 1 spot on MVP. But Klaus has just single-handedly knocked Marinol down from having a perfect record, a perfect hit rate in this war. Shide's going to steal this base and call it his own. This is going to be the base. I think that everybody copies. Base that holds off Marinol is definitely a good base to have. You're loving the way they push with the Lava Loon? Yeah. I mean, Lava Loon right now is just, I think it's one of my favorite attacks. And I've been doing a lot of Zapquake Lalo videos. I'm going to have to do it again because we have that incredible 8 lightning, 3 earthquake raid. And that was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, so we're tied up. We're tied up on stars here, but Queen Walker still has a hit left to go. They've gone 4 for 4. They've taken on INTZ headstrong. And they're looking to pick up a massive victory in this first round, which is going to be hard for INTZ to try and come back around from. Incredible base building we've seen from Queen Walkers to hold off INTZ the way they did, because we saw some great plans, great attacks coming in from INTZ. But Queen Walkers are hungry for it. They want this win. We still have another round to go, and I don't know if a 3-star recovery will be possible. I mean, we're talking about a 2 to 3 star recovery and percent that they're going to have to worry about. They'd have to have like a 4-star win. I'll show you. We'll go over the replays because we have another war to go. Are you ready for Tribe versus TMT rematch? When is it? Yeah. When? No, he highlighted it. I can see it. I usually ignore my moderators, though, half the time. You can ask Wasman. He knows. Video on Klaus? Yeah. That attack. What's going on, Peacekeeper? Good to see you. So Yuta bringing it through. Very last attack we get to see coming in is another air raid. Queen charge Lalo on this one, while breaking the Queen through to get her access to that single IT. Now, she actually, there's like a nice easy in and out to get to the town hall here as well. But we've got another wall break to push a Queen in deeper. She can take on the enemy Queen here, get into the town hall side, and then actually work her way out if he works her into that town hall chamber there. So this has potentially some massive value on this double air wall break. Oh, I love this. Perfect component. Gets the Queen the access to the enemy Queen. She'll work her way into the town hall, take on the CC, work her way down, out, and around the outside of the base. King doing some great work, limiting some of the outlying structures here to keep a nice, easy, clean push in for the Lalo portion as the Queen continues on. Now, she has expended that ability, so we're going to see if that other rage is going to be used. She needs to get through the town hall fast because the healers, get wrecked. So maybe not a lot more value from this Queen, but she's done a great amount of work on this one. Lalo comes through. We still have one scatter up. We've got the Eagle to worry about, but that's about it. Stone Slammer coming through to actually take on the Scatter Chamber with the RC. No Headhunters here, so that means we're going to need to see drag coming out of that Stone Slammer. Freezes up the RC to hold her off. Is that King still alive and rounding the corner to take on the RC? Are you kidding me? King is still up here. Oh my goodness. You talk about a Sui hero, and the King said, no, not today. King still rounds the corner to help with this. Makes easy work for these drags. And we've got Yuta coming through with the final triple of the war and getting a perfect war for Queen Walkers in the first round of this finals match. Absolutely incredible performance here. I have not seen Queen Walkers oh my god, I should shut up. Really? Oh, good lord, I didn't jinx it. No. I know you guys are going to say I almost jinxed it. Not my fault there. You can see the fear in my eyes when I see that CC still there because they get hung up. I didn't jinx it. I did not jinx it. Barely got it. I mean, that was like literally the last second. incredible performance in this first match. We still have another round to go.